Ladies, if you're getting mixed signals from a guy, like he's all sweet in texts saying he can't wait to see you, but then he clams up about making plans, or he's all affectionate in private but won't hold your hand in public, it's a headache. These mixed signals are a red flag that you two aren't on the same page communication-wise. This kind of situation is a tough spot to be in, but remember, it's not a dead end. There are steps you can take right off the bat if you're dealing with mixed signals from your guys. So let's talk about these. The first thing you can do immediately if he sends you mixed signals is to take a step back. Okay, let's say things were going great. You had some awesome times together, lots of laughs, maybe some deep conversations, and then all of a sudden, he's as quiet as a mouse. It's natural to start overthinking everything. Did you say something wrong? Were you too open or too reserved? And there you are, tempted to send him a clever text just to get some kind of reaction, or you're glued to your phone waiting for a message. Here's the deal. If you both really enjoyed your time together, it's likely you'll hear from him again at some point. If he's interested, he'll make an effort to reconnect. But if he doesn't reach out, ask yourself, do I really want to be with someone who leaves me guessing and feeling insecure? Remember, a relationship should bring you peace and security, not constant anxiety and confusion. You see, your worth isn't determined by someone else's attention or affection. You deserve someone who's clear about their feelings for you, someone who makes you feel wanted and secure. Taking a step back is the first step towards understanding what you truly want and deserve from a relationship. After taking that step back, here's another crucial thing you can do if you're getting mixed signals. Don't buy into them. Getting hung up on mixed signals is like riding a never-ending roller coaster. You know it's not doing you any favors, but getting off seems harder than staying on. Yet, the future you're hoping for with this guy? It's going to need you to stop buying into these confusing signals. What we are saying is, don't fool yourself into thinking that his mixed messages are just a hidden layer of commitment waiting for the right moment to shine. That's not it. Seeing a hopeful sign in every little thing he does, especially when it's barely anything at all, is a trap many of women fall into. Also, mixed signals don't necessarily mean he's got bad intentions. Maybe he's not even aware of how he's being confusing. But intention aside, what this really points to is a lack of commitment. Whether he's doing it on purpose or not, the message is the same. He's not all in. Even if it turns out this guy has an avoidant personality and you're thinking, I can work with this, I can help him open up, it's vital to accept the reality. Avoidants often struggle with emotional commitment and intimacy. Yes, people can change, but it requires patience and a willingness to deal with the possibility that deep, vulnerable connections might not be their forte. So don't try to read between the lines and find hope where there isn't any. Recognizing and accepting the lack of commitment for what it is, rather than what you hope it could be, is key. It's about protecting your heart and making sure you're not wasting your time on someone who isn't ready to give you the kind of relationship you deserve. After reminding yourself not to get caught up in those mixed signals, here's another smart move. Turn your anxiety into productivity. You know when you're waiting for a text, it feels like time just stands still? And it's like the universe knows the exact moment you stop waiting because that's when they decide to text back. Funny, right? Let's use that to our advantage. Instead of sitting around and letting the anxiety of waiting eat at you, do something that's good for you. Fill your time with things that make you happy and improve your life. It's like hitting two birds with one stone. You're not just killing time waiting for a text, you're actually making the most out of it. The thing is, when you're busy living your life and focusing on yourself, not only do you stop obsessing over when they'll text next, but you'll also become more attractive. It's that vibe of being independent and having your own life that's truly appealing. Plus, it often seems like the moment you shift your focus away from waiting on them, that's exactly when they decide to show up again. So why not get busy and make that time work for you instead of against you? After channeling your anxiety into something productive, the next thing to do is don't pout or act needy. Alright, so dealing with someone who's hot one minute and cold the next can be super confusing, but there could be a million reasons behind their behavior, and most of them probably have nothing to do with you. It's easy to fall into the trap of overthinking every possible reason for their mixed signals, but that's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down. Keep on doing your thing, stay busy, stay positive, and trust that things will become clear in time. If you spend your energy getting upset, imagining all sorts of scenarios, or planning what to say in an angry confrontation for when he finally decides to show up, you're setting yourself up for stress. And when he does get back in touch, if you unload all that frustration on him, it might turn out the issue is something completely unrelated to you. Suddenly, you're the one who looks bad, coming off as insecure or worse, unreasonable. So, maintaining your cool is key. It shows you're confident, collected, and in control of your emotions. Not to mention, it saves you from unnecessary drama. Acting needy or throwing a fit might feel justified in the moment, but it doesn't help the situation. Instead, keep focusing on what makes you happy and fulfilled. This approach not only keeps you grounded, but also sends a clear message. You're strong, independent, and not someone who can be easily rattled by mixed signals. Finally, the last things you do immediately is a bit bold, but can be effective. When he asks you out, tell him you're busy and keep it vague. In the grand scheme of things, we're all managing our own lives filled with responsibilities, passions, and relationships. It's a balancing act, one where we make conscious choices about where and with whom we spend our precious time. This understanding brings us to a critical point. When he finally reaches out to make plans after sending a flurry of mixed signals, responding with a polite, "I'm actually busy," is more than a reply. It's a statement. This statement underscores a few key principles. First, it signals that you're not idly waiting for him to decide when he wants to see you. You have a life, one that's rich and fulfilling with or without him. Showing him that your world is vast and vibrant, filled with activities and people that bring you joy and fulfillment is more effective than outright rejection. Being vague about your commitments isn't playing games. It's about maintaining a boundary. It's a gentle reminder that your time is valuable, and while you may indeed be interested in spending time with him, it won't be at the expense of your other principles. This approach naturally piques curiosity. Humans are naturally drawn to things that seem slightly out of reach or shrouded in a bit of mystery. By not detailing every aspect of your schedule, it leaves room for imagination and can, in turn, make him more eager to secure a spot in your busy life. Furthermore, this strategy serves as a litmus test for his interest and commitment. If he truly cares and wants to be a part of your life, he'll make an effort to find a time that works for both of you. He'll show more initiative, and perhaps planning ahead or suggesting specific activities that align with your shared interests. On the flip side, if he reacts indifferently or doesn't make an effort to reschedule, it provides valuable insight into where his priorities lie. It's a clear indicator that perhaps it's time to reevaluate how much of your time and emotional energy you're willing to invest in someone who isn't as invested in you. And adopting this stance is not without its challenges. It requires a degree of confidence and the willingness to stick to your guns, even when you might be tempted to drop everything for a moment of his attention. But remember, a relationship, any relationship, should enhance your life, not complicate it with uncertainty and games. By standing firm in your self-worth and showing that you're not available at a moment's notice, you're not only protecting your time and emotional well-being, but also setting the stage for a relationship dynamic that's based on mutual respect and genuine interest. That wraps up our discussion for today, ladies. What do you think about the tips we shared? Do you have your own experience to add? Drop your thoughts and stories down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you and keep this conversation going. Till next time, take care, and best wishes to all of you. See you in the next video.